Now it's time to talk about the differences between value and non-value. And I know that if you're doing lean, you probably have come across these two terms, but today I'm going to show you examples of value and examples of non-value, and then we'll close it up. I'll show you guys some ways that you can reduce the non-value to drive more value to your customer. So let's take a look. This is a really easy way to look at value and non-value, and that is at a brake press. Anytime that the machine is moving but not actually bending the part is not transforming, so it's all non-value. The only value is happening when the part is being pinched and bent. All the rest of the movement, whether Tim is moving from a bin to his shelf to a cart, is all non-value. All of the tool changing, all the interaction with the computer is all non-value. And that's the stuff that you need to try to reduce, because the customer should only pay for when the product is changing. So you may say to yourself, Brian, why does all of this matter? Well, it does matter because your customer is paying for your product, and you want to give your customer only value and not waste. So whether they're moving carts from here all the way over there, it's all non-value. But there's a cost that comes along with Tim's time to move that. So too often, we take all this waste that we have in our process and we pass it to our customer in the form of what we charge for the product. If we reduce all that stuff, not only do we make it easier and quicker, but now we can charge the customer less, which means we're driving value to the customer. Now we're in the surfacing department, and as you can see, we have product that is flowing through the sander. When the product is going through the sander, it's the only time it's adding value. For Chris to pick the parts up, move them onto a cart, run whip tags out of the ERP system, it's all non-value and it's all waste. So what you want to do is try to find a way to get rid of all of that waste and just drive value through the part. Now we're over here in laser cutting, and this is a really easy way to show you guys value and non-value. Less than 10% of this machine's on time is beam on time, meaning time that it's cutting. So that means only 10% of this laser is adding value to the customer. It's actually forming the part so that we can send it to the customer to have a feasible, usable product. All the rest of the motion, whether the gantry is moving, whether the automation is moving, it's all non-value and it's all waste. So now we're gonna head up into our packaging department because I wanna show you guys some examples of non-value, and then we'll talk about what we can do to improve those things. So one clever way to get rid of some of the waste in your process is to use a water spider. In this roll right here, the water spider's job is actually to unload all these parts and then do all the kitting to send the product down the lane to the packaging departments. So instead of having 5 employees that are looking for all the components and looking for all the parts, you have one person who's absorbing all that waste. From there, this one employee in this water spider roll can look for ways to optimize this process and cut more and more of the non-value waste out. So hypothetically, if we're paying Travis $20 an hour, that money is getting put into your product, whether you like it or not. So what you want to do is try to find a way to optimize him and his time as much as possible. So when we look at this process, we might say, okay, how do we bring the bolt pack racks closer? How do we bring the box machine closer? How do we bring the product that's coming from the previous step closer? How do we bring the product going to the next step closer? And every time you do that, you're cutting out non-value and adding value to your product. Here is more non-value right here as Caitlin is pushing the cart from the packaging line over to the shipping area. Could we improve this? Probably. We probably just need to shrink everything up. I'm sure every one of you guys have this in your business. This is essentially an incubator for defects. It's surrounded by red tape, so we know it's a problem. But why is it a problem? Because these things showed up and we don't have the components that we need to send them down the line. So we wasted time and added non-value to this product by pushing it over here, and now we gotta wait for those parts to show up and then put it back into the system. This is because of unevenness in your shop, not having the right stuff at the right time, and from there, it'll create all the wastes, defects, overprocessing, overproduction, customers waiting, on and on and on. Welcome to the motherland of non-value added. This is the office, and although it's necessary, it's still adding no value to the customer. Now we have customer service and sales and accounting, and all of those things are necessary for your business, but you want to do your best to minimize their impact on your bottom line. And the way that you can do that is optimizing, so making improvements, using video messages instead of typing out long emails, using automation where you can. You want to do all kinds of things to get rid of any of these tasks and get down to the bare minimum that the customer needs to feel a good experience. So I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go out onto the floor, look at your process and tell me, where am I not adding value to my product? Because remember, if it's not adding value, you're adding waste. And waste costs the customer time, money, energy, effort, all of it. So make sure you drop a comment below. Tell me, where's an area that you can improve and get rid of non-value? Thanks for watching.